Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, home of the Maryland Terrapins. Fans have been eager for this clash coming up in what some affectionately refer to as the Snake Pit. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Army Black Knights. And the Black Knights will put total leather and we'll get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Maryland Terrapins offense will get the first swing of the game. And this guy is a big-time star. Just an electricity follows him onto the field.
He's a workhorse too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
They'll go to the ground. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. Smashes through the tackle. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Looking to go up top on first down. Snagged on the outside. It's Manning.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Howard. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. And the Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. Toss sweep to the right. Fakes his man out. Gets away from one, finds room. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. It's 1st and 20. They want to throw it. Trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
He's looking for an open man on second down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a third down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So Army's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Now on the option. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be third down.
I like the play call, right? Quick hitting run play. You give it to the fullback. You're attacking the bubbles in that 3-4 defense. And nice job by the linebacker. He knew that was not going to be an easy tackle.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's third and short. Looks as if he's going to run it. Ball's out. Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's second and 6. Just buried it. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout on.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Calls his own number, and he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks.
I know there's a lot of play callers that would try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. First down.
The Black Knights with the first and 10. On the option. Plows through the defense.
The ball carried by the fullback. Picks up 1. Second down coming up.
So after the first down run, here's second down. The big fullback's got it. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And I like giving it to the fullback quickly against the 3 down front. You know, you got those 3 linemen. They're playing 2 gaps at a time, which means they're not really firing off and penetrating. So you can give it to the fullback and try to get downhill quick, and the linebacker comes and meets the big boy in the hole.
And this offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early. Let's see if they can keep that up.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Brings up second and goal.
If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Run it with the fullback. And he takes it to the house. Touch! On first down, here comes this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires left. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires to the big fella. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Caught in the backfield, it's Manning. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Terrapins are marching down the field. Comes out throwing on first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Howard. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Leaves it with the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Listen, that play didn't work great, but you keep the defense honest, right? Make sure they know, listen, you better stay home. You better stop getting aggressive and trying to run this direction, or else we're going to continue to run the misdirection the other way.
Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Terrapins will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
Second down coming up.
They've got a chance to get out from their own end. 2nd and 6 from the 18. On the move. Keeps it and gets the first down. And he'll be ridden out of bounds, but not before a good pickup on that one.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
On the option. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Gain of 2. Second down coming up.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Here comes the option. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Gain of 1. It's 3rd down.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quick release by the QB. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
And the Black Knights will have it 1st and 10. Goes to the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
And they give it to the fullback going downhill right now. And I tell you what, most of the time, the fullback takes you the ball, but it's most of the time as a blocker. And they give it to him really quickly. Linebacker comes down and meet him in the hole. I tell you what, that's big on big collision right there. Big boy pads and big boy pads.
The Black Knights will move the sticks.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. First down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. A strike downfield. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. Open runway ahead. Touchdown, Maryland! And once he got loose, it was all over. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
There's a live football. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Nice job by the defense there, getting a stop on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. We know they've been burned a few times early in this game by the QB run, but they weren't going to let it happen there.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. And they can't connect a costly turnover on down.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he just pumped that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Snagged in the middle. It's Manning.
I really like this slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
Throwing right. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Just got one on that last run. Now 2nd and 9 from their own 26. They'll run the option. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Throws to the wideout. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
On 3rd down, offenses have their plays. What they like in 3rd and short, what they like 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Makes the grab. It's Benson. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result...
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Got some room to run. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to move it through the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Howard. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Keeps the legs moving. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run the option. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
It's 3rd down.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking to throw, it's Dobbs. It's complete to the left. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
And the Black Knights are on the move. He'll ride his man on the option. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Black Knights! Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Feeling some heat. And they knocked him down almost immediately.
That defender was not fooled at all by the play action. He never thought the offense was running the football. He had his ears pinned back, used his speed to get to the QB.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. The Terrapins will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are...
He is smashing people. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the 3rd. On the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And he is stuffed. And I think the reason he's stuffed there is, think about it. The only time you really give the ball to the fullback is short yardage situations. The defense knew it was coming, played it fast, played it physical, and stopped him for a big loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
A lot of times when that ball's coming out, you can tell the offensive linemen want to get those defensive linemen's hands down. They want to hit them, engage on. Great job by the defensive end, getting his hands up in the air and getting the deflection.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. He wants to throw. Got the quick pass. Open space at the 25. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins! Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
He will be stopped short. The two-point conversion attempt is no good, and their bid to tie also goes by the boards. They're still down 2. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Fullback for the ball carrier. Tackle on the play at the 22-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Give to the big fullback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
Throws to the tight end. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes the catch, he's got enough. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 6 on 1st down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He breaks a tackle. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a 1st down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
The Black Knights are moving quickly down the field. Just ran him over. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Fullbacks, a.k.a. blocking backs, a.k.a. don't touch the football very often and usually don't go far down the field. But a nice little chunk run here for the fullback. Give him the ball, reward the big fella.
Well, how about that? They turn around and hand it off to the big fella, and he's able to get the 1st down. Nice play.
And the Black Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. The option look. Steamrolls his way ahead. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a creep.
And it's a fumble after that huge gain. He's loose on the right. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Maryland. The defense. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Running back searching for a hole. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Pickup of 5. Third down coming.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor, both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Fullback's got it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
Let's be honest, Reese. Like, the only time the fullback gets the football is usually in short yardage situations, and the defense was locked in. You got to try to get penetration with that defensive line. They did a good job of it. Nowhere to go with the football for the big fella.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
That's a down and distance that would make a lot of coaching staffs pause, maybe call a timeout and think about, but not this one. There was no doubt, Reese, they were going to run the football, try to pick that up on fourth.
Direct challenge to the defense. If you want the ball, you're going to have to take it from us or stop us, and they didn't.
So moving forward in this game, let's just see how this defensive line responds to this. Can they be more physical and start winning their one-on-one battles?
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Second down coming up. Now on the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Coming after him. They're working that left side. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Whew, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he zing that thing in there? Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line. They'll have it first and 10. On the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. Second and 7.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
They'll line up for a second down play. On the option. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Fourth down at the 40. Third down coming.
Third down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Oh, gave the defender the business. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. Using his feet. Stop short of the marker, and they stop for this defense as they get the ball back. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Pressure coming. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And here's a great example of living to play. QB in the pocket, nobody open, throw it out of bounds.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like, the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting where it was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. And the Terrapins will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. On the move, it's Robinson. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Army has it back, and the offense ready to go. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes the option. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Goes to the option. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Using the quick game. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
Flips it out in the flat. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. The give to the fullback. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback keeps it. The Black Knights get it past the sticks. That's a good spot on the field to go for it. Really, everything to gain and not much to lose.
Yeah, and most coaches discuss or know pregame warm-ups how far their kickers can kick it. Do I have a boot to even consider this? But I think you want to stay aggressive regardless and go try to get extra points.
Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Dropping back, it's Dobbs. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a 1st down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the 1st down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
And the Black Knights have it with a 1st and 10. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
The best offenses are the ones that can run the football in the red zone when the defense knows it's coming. It's hard to throw the ball down in this area of the field. They go with the toss play, and they pick up a big gain.
Makes the grab down the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll try to get it through the air. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. The Black Knights pick up the first down. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to throw, it's Dobbs. Using his feet to buy time. Fires to the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder